Good and
Could this be the best spring crankbait of all time? Now for me, I do think it's the best crankbait to throw in the spring. It's the Spro Little John XL, which means it has the body of the bigger Little John DD. Like this thing right here will go through wood, rock, it doesn't matter. Like it just trucks on through it and rarely gets hung up. And the cool thing about it is if it does get hung up, 99% of the time you can pop it loose, and sometimes it even triggers a bite or two. I've been throwing this ever since it came out. I was fortunate enough to be on the outdoor channel, Fishing University.
yes.
Good? Need the net?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, let's get the net. Let's get the net. Well.
Ready? All right.
He's bigger than I thought he was too.
Yeah.
I ought to have been a one there.
Let's weigh that dude.
Here's your bait. Let's 268. 268.
I was with Ray, John was with Charlie. This is the only bait we could throw, and we was at Chickamauga. And they had went out deeper, fishing ledges and stuff like that, some deeper points, I think. Me and Ray hung back and we fished like, I think the deepest water we had was like 11 foot. So we was mostly in 4 to 5 feet. So when I would throw this out, now this is the only bait we could use, okay? When I would throw this out, I would have to crank reeling up like this so it wouldn't get hung and, you know, because it digs, all right? So throwing this crankbait in 3 foot, most of the time when I would throw it, I learned eventually that it wouldn't get hung. It would just root right through the shallow rocks and the shallow wood, laydowns, whatever. I was amazed by it. Ever since that TV show, oh yeah, 1 second. Took the plaque home, 2016, Chickamauga Lake, Tennessee champion. That's right. So this crankbait, you know, they say it goes 8 feet. I can get it down to 10 feet on 10-pound test. Most of the time, I'm throwing it on 12 to 14-pound test because where I fish, I'm trying to get it, you know, I'm usually in 10 feet of water, either 45 in the bank or parallel in the bank. So I want it to really dig in those rocks or in the wood or whatever. That's where I find like most of my bites out. Like if I ain't hitting the bottom, then I feel like I'm wasting my time. This thing is 3/4 of an ounce. And you can absolutely, it doesn't matter if it's a tornado, if it's high winds, whatever, you can absolutely sling this across the channel. So it has a tungsten ball in here. It's a tungsten weight transfer system. So when you throw it, you know, that ball, it loads up and then it just goes with the cast. And I'm telling you, dude, the longer it stays at that right depth.
Hey, intercept real quick. I need my dad for a second. Y'all, bye.
And being able to buy a little,
myself.
yeah, you did. The further you can get a crankbait out there, the longer it's gonna stay in the depth that you want it to. Makes sense, it's science, like Google it. I'm throwing mine on a Denali Covert 7.2 medium cranking rod. These rods, like I've got this one, I've got a 7.6, I've got a 7.2, and I've got a 6.10 for my little square bills. And this for my little rock crawlers right here, because they work too, but that's a whole nother video, and you probably seen me did some videos on them before. I've got it paired up with a Lew's BB1. This is an old school, well, not old school, but I don't know if they still make them or not, but probably one of my favorite cranking reels. The only thing I don't like is the anti-reverse. I deal with it. I have 2 of them that I throw. This, I throw like my medium divers and my deep divers on this reel. It's a 6:4 ratio. Absolutely love this reel. I don't know if they still make them or not anymore. When I'm throwing the Little John XL, I can either go with 12-pound test or 14. It just depends on how deep the fish are. I don't mind throwing 14 because like when I fish this bait, I want to get it in the nasty, like the jungle. I want to get it in the junk. I want to get it hung up, try to hang it up. Like I look at it as like a 4-wheel drive crankbait, throw it out there and just because that's where the fish are, okay? So if you got rocks or laydowns or something like that, and you can 45 and it's a good rocky bank with some laydowns, your money. Or if you parallel a bank to where, you know, like 6 to 8 foot is really rocky and it's got little chunk rocks and stuff like that, you're golden. You're gonna catch a fish. I guarantee you're gonna catch a fish. Sunline Shooter fluorocarbon 12 or 14 pound test. This is pretty much my favorite, like one of my favorite colors in the spring is the spring crawl. I mean, dude, it's been marked up. I've caught a bunch of fish on this crankbait, and the only thing I really do is just change the treble hooks. Another good thing about, especially like Spro crankbaits, it's very rarely that I have to tune them. So just to kind of give you a size comparison, this is the Little John MD, and this is the Little John XL. So you can see the size difference. And for some reason, you know, you throw like a smaller crankbait, smaller square bill, you're gonna catch variety sizes of fish. For me, when I'm throwing the XL, I catch more big fish than small fish. I will catch some smaller fish, but most of the time it's big fish, and stripers love this. I don't fish for them. They just see it and they chase it down and eat it. He's bloody. Another one of my favorite colors is the Nasty Shad. The Nasty Shad, it's kind of like a more bolder, sexy shad color, but this is a really good color when it's clear water, and they're on a shad pattern, which they are right now, but they still eat this spring crawl. Dirtier water. One of my favorite all-time colors is Cellmate. Like, you can fish this in muddy water, clear water, stained water, mud, whatever. They always seem to bite Cellmate. Great color. And then I also have a couple hitters that I got painted up, and that's I don't know what you call that. That's a like a fire crawl, something like that. They eat this. Notice I had to borrow one of the hooks because I ran out of trebles. And then this was another favorite of mine. This was I don't know what, it's just like a shad color. A buddy of mine, Matt Price, painted me and John some up. I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years ago. And I actually hit this one on a trolling motor and cracked it. I know I cracked it. It sucks because I love this freaking color. And Matt moved away to West Virginia or somewhere like that. Great painter, great painter. So that kind of wraps it up, man. And I'm telling you, if you get out there right now where the water, you know, I've thrown this, when I start getting on that squarebill bite, I've thrown it all the way up till like post spawn, you know, post spawn. Like, I'll throw it, and then when the spawn hits, I kind of give it up, and then post spawn, I'll throw it because them fish are moving back out and they're going back out to the depths. Check them out, dude. Links down below. Get them at Tackle Warehouse. The Little John XL from Spro is the is the go-to bait that you need to be fishing right now. Dude, look at this one right here. This is the Fat John. This is a whole different video, but that dude has been ate. But hey, thanks for watching. Catch me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, please, so my kids can buy me more Chinese dog calendars. And until next time, catch you on the flip flop.